Now from the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Santa Clara. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Daniil Hunter with the stop. Second down and 8. From the gun, it's Purdy. Through the air, connecting with Debo. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Ayuk makes the catch right side. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
Needing the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on fourth down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll run for it with Mixon. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
So the offense dips into their RPO game, and the key for any defense defending it is everybody has to do their job. In this case, it's a give read, the running back gets the ball, and the defense makes a great stop on fourth down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A first down throw for Purdy. Caught. This is Ayuk. He is in. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Extra point up and good from Moody. And the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to throw. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Look right here one time.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he'll get forward for a couple. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Ever so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
They'll go. It's Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the pistol. Stroud. And he can't get away. Down he goes. Back to the 16. So after the loss on 1st, Here's 2nd and 14. On play action. Stroud. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have got a lot more difficult.
Remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll go play action with Stroud. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Take down. Touchdown, Texans.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. This throw left side, caught by Kittle. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains. When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Here's Purdy. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
He's got it! That long one's going to bring them 1st and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Stroud. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. Stroud to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Stroud. This one caught at the 4. He'll take this down to the 2, but that is it. Good job by the defense to hold it to a gain of 3 and set up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
3 seconds, all that remained in this 1st half, as that one's away. Samuel, gonna see what he can do. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The 1st half has come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think they're going to play a big role in who wins this one. 1st half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. 17 yards on that connection. 1st down for Houston.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and He's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On fourth down, Stroud. And he'll give himself up after picking up the first down. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off. Here's first and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back.
To the goal line and in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
Now I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Going to return this from the 10. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Throwing on first down is Purdy. He's got a man. That's Kittle. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. First and 10. Purdy. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
They'll motion over Samuel. Third and short. Here's Purdy. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be first and goal. They've got it at the 3. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets them down close. And now it's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That is caught by the tight end. Eric Sauber. Touchdown, 49ers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Moody's extra point is good. And the 49ers draw closer here. It's 21-14. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing is Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now...
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Samuel, going to see what he can do. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. All 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
Again in the air for Purdy. The connection made to Ayuk. And they'll take this down inside the 35. To throw once more, it's Purdy. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass ball's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Back to the air is Purdy. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Extra point up and good from Moody. And the 49ers are back to within 7. It's 28-21. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. To the left side. Caught by Schultz. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Talanoa Hufanga had the coverage from the safety position and comes away with the breakup. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. 14 on the pickup. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
And after that 1st down throw, Mike, it's really a deflating moment of the defense. They understood the urgency of getting off the field and getting the ball back to their offense. Here we are under 2 minutes in a 1-possession game.
So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers. And welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. For an opener, Purdy to throw. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. Going right back to Samuel. He's got it again. 2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes...
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Ayuk working across, and he's got it. And he will score. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Wilson gonna throw right over. Now a loose football. The Niners have got it. And he is gonna bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Oh man, what a start for this team. 2 drives, 2 scores, and it's both their scores. First one by the offense, and Greg, now the defense gets one on the board.
Yeah, and this is just a dream scenario, Mike. I mean, you talk so often, guys, we got to start the game and capture some momentum. We have to go out and impose our will on our opponent. In this case, both sides of the...
To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you can see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. The return starts from the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down. Good running. Gets him to about the 44.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
A run. Here's Harris. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done...
Here's a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execute.
Good blocking, and he's in. Russell Wilson. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after. His kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board. It's now 13-7. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Samuel going to see what he can do. First and 10 for Purdy. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A play fake. Now it's Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time, and it'll be 3rd down. They need 2. Here's Purdy. Open man, right side. He's got it. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Niners first down. Throwing again is Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play. Back to the air again is Purdy. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
a rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front. And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
So Kittle comes in motion. Here's Purdy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now Russ. Here's a screen set up for Warren. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. That's caught. And he will score. Mike Williams. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Samuel going to see what he can do. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. Purdy. That is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. Here's Purdy again. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. Jair Brown on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Working free downfield. It is